Welcome back to another Dear Laura. Thank you for tuning in again. We've had a little bit of a break just trying to get some back end organization done at Front Office Rocks, but I'm super glad that you're here. And we have a stockpile of questions coming in. So I want to get to the questions, and I'm excited about new things coming with Front Office Rocks. So please stay tuned with me and with Front Office Rocks because we have lots of great things going on. I've been on the road a lot speaking, lots of good questions on the road as well as from our members. So we would love for you to stay connected with us. But let me jump right in. So in this session of Dear Laura, I have two great questions. One specifically is from a doctor who was wondering about new patient information and collecting new patient information because their front office team wants to collect a lot of information, but he also wants them to be efficient. And so he asked me around, is there any suggestions that you have to make it efficient with getting the new patient information? So my answer to that is we want to make sure that we're collecting all the pertinent new patient information possible that we need to efficiently get that new patient into the schedule, not have any hiccups when they arrive, be able to get them into the chair fast, and be able to bill their insurance or whatever your scenario is in your practice. But let me start with the beginning first. Most of the time with new patient information, we're going to find that out on a new patient phone call. And so I want to talk about the new patient phone call first, quickly, just to talk about the fact that when a new patient calls our practice, what I don't want, or calls your practice, what I don't want and what I don't recommend is having our team so efficient that they're just focused on what data they have to get, right? They have the form, they have to fill out all the information. I don't want the team so focused on being efficient that they forget the importance of customer service, that they don't focus on building rapport with the patient. So before we worry about efficiency, which I'm all about efficiency, I also want to make sure that we remember that's a person first. Okay. So, my suggestion with a new patient phone call is that, or when a new patient calls in, is that we have some sort of an outline, whether you have a script, whether you have a checklist, whether you have prompts that come up. There's lots of different options out there, but that the first part of the phone call is literally getting to know the person. Why are they calling? What is their name? What's their experience? It doesn't take a lot of time to build rapport with that new patient, but I want the team, or I suggest the team building rapport first before we gather the new patient information, the specifics, because one of the big reasons that I think we have cancellations and no-shows when it comes to new patients is because we're so darn efficient that the person already feels like a number when they call in. We haven't built any rapport with them. And then the second reason is that we schedule them too far out in the schedule. So I want the team members to slow down enough to build a little rapport and connection with that patient, introduce themselves, welcome them to the practice, make them feel confident that they called the right office and comfortable with your practice. Then make sure we're getting all the information we need to get them into our system. So build rapport first. Then I would say get the information. And getting the information, I have at Front Office Rocks like a new patient call-in form. And at the beginning, it's literally, build rapport, get the, find out who's calling and why they're calling, and then the data we need to know. And then making sure that the team members know this is all of the data that we have to have, right? Whatever it is for your practice. And every practice is a little different, but name, phone number, date of birth, family members, insurance, whatever the case may be. Have it so that they know how to, what needs to be filled out, whether it goes straight in the computer, on a piece of paper, whatever your systems are. But then that doesn't get missed. Anything doesn't get missed because the information we get at the beginning of the relationship with the patient is going to pretty much set the stage for the rest of our relationship with that patient. So if we miss some information in the beginning and then it causes problems and delay in billing the insurance, or it causes delay in getting them back in the chair on time, or if we find something out or we didn't get the right information and then the patient gets billed significantly different than we expected or anticipated because that first phone call wasn't thorough enough, then that's where the relationship could go south with our patient down the road. So making sure that your team members know exactly what information they have to get before they or as they're scheduling that new patient is very important. Now, my last thing I'm going to say, and a lot of these are evolutions, because had you had me film this 10 years ago, 15 years ago when I started, I wouldn't have this as an option to offer. But I'm all for trying to make this as technically savvy as possible, meaning have the new patient paperwork sent to the patient and they send it in to us, or have them fill it out on an online portal, or have some sort of a way to get their information sent to us and input into our practice management software. 10, 15 years ago, we didn't have that option. We had to either mail them the new patient paperwork, or they had to do it when they walked in. But now we have so many options to streamline this by having a patient log into a portal or do their online paperwork and send it to us. So make sure that you're looking at software, companies that you're working with in your practice already, or new companies that can help do this without having a team member have to sit and write or input all of the information in. Because just like we want efficiency with our patients, we also want efficiency with our team, and not having them have to do all the work that now we can use technology to help it make it easier and better. So I hope that answers that question. One main thing I always say is I'm all about efficiency, but first we got to make sure that the patient feels like they're treated like a family member, that we appreciate them, that we honor them, we're glad they're here. And then let's make sure we're efficient, because nobody wants their time wasted. So thank you for that great question. Hopefully that answers for you. And the same doctor actually said that one of his team members was watching my video called Shake the Flakes, and he wants to know, what is that? And so I'm going to explain what Shake the Flakes is. For anyone in Front Office Rocks who's watching videos, you probably know. And if you don't, go find the video. But if you've never heard of it, that's just my terminology for cleaning out your schedule of flaky patients when it's a really busy time of the year, or we're really busy and a cancellation is just like, oh, I can't believe we just had somebody cancel. And what I mean is, many times I talk about this come the end of the year, when patients have forgotten that they have dental insurance and now they're trying to get in last minute in December to try to use their insurance because they want to maximize their insurance, and our schedule is full and we're trying to accommodate patients. We have waiting lists. Actually, right now, I hear a lot of practices after the pandemic are similar, that your schedule is full for weeks or months in advance. So when it's like this, I recommend really shaking the flakes. And what I mean by that is going into the schedule and looking at the patients who are scheduled. And I know you can look at your patients and say, this is like a 50-50 shot this guy's going to show up. He's already canceled or failed like 3 times. Or this patient has never shown up, or whatever the case may be. You know your flaky patients. Go in and actually put a little bit more pressure on them to confirm they're coming or take them out of the schedule. Because we don't want to put patients in the schedule or have them stay in the schedule when we know in our gut, in our instinctual feeling, that that patient's not going to show up. Just because they're in the schedule doesn't mean they're going to arrive. And at the end of the day, our job as a scheduler, as a front office team, is to do everything we can do in our power to make sure that person's going to arrive so we can get their butt in the chair. I like to say hashtag butts in the chair. My job in the front office is to get the patient's butt in the chair so the clinical team can do what they need to help our patients keep their teeth for life. So the flakes in your schedule during crazy busy times when your schedule is full, it's more important to shake them a little bit and maybe shake them out and move them to a time when the schedule has more openings than right now, when we're really trying to get people in the schedule that really will show up if we give them an appointment. So that is Shake the Flakes. Thank you for asking that question. Thank you for bringing both of these to me in this episode. Again, if you love this, follow us on whatever social platform you're watching this on. I would love to have your questions. Send them into Front Office Rocks. Connect with me if you've got questions, or join us, because we are helping teams do better and grow in all aspects of customer service and systems. So thank you again for joining me on another Dear Laura, and I will see you next time.